height, so it gotta be like this.
It's gotta be straight up.
Yep.
Oh, that was a stand for your phone. I thought it was for your mic. No.
How this gonna work? My shit don't go that far.
Can't you turn it like? Can't you
Nah, it don't let us turn it sideways.
Well, I was gonna say put it like sideways, but then turn the thing. I might have to like hold it and shit, but
Fuck, you mean like this?
yeah.
Fuck.
Lean it against.
Yeah, hold on, I'm leaning against the screen. The fuck? We got nobody watching right now. It's a good thing.
Well, I just want to try it out. It's because obviously our YouTube isn't like we don't really use it like that. But if like after like
Don't say that, player. We do use it. We on live. We very active on here, y'all. This nigga tripping.
kidding me, you just look at the blinds, man. Yeah, put it farther back.
Hold up. Find out why that shit ain't. Alright, fuck it.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's see if there's any views on that.
Oh shit. I don't know if I'm allowed to have fucking shit on there or not, you know?
On the YouTube live?
Mm-hmm.
No. Well, fuck it.
I want to get our shit kicked off. Damn, it's our first live video. You guys can see how we kind of get started in here. Taking our time here, but we will be covering Nipsey Hussle here and his murder. Just pretty much giving our thoughts on his sudden passing and I guess the responsibility of not just the community but of artists and hip hop culture, or just everybody really involved in the black community and hip hop culture, you know. I guess the overall involvement, you know, that leads to some of these sudden shootings of not just famous rappers but young black men in general. Yeah, so we're pretty much going to discuss that. You know, we're over here located on the West Coast, Cali to be exact. So we was definitely familiar with Nipsey Hussle, and yeah, you know, it's a major loss globally, but especially over here, you know, in the home state Cali. So R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, and his legacy lasts forever. And yeah, that's what we're gonna get into. And after we talk about Nipsey Hussle here, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the movie review of Us and Jordan Peele's. I'm talking to the people, player. No, man, we already what? We almost 5 minutes in, man. I'm the voice. I'm the voice of the people, man. I'm the people's champ, man. Why you over peeing Dookie and shit? Did my hands? Hey, I ain't hear not one sync run.
Why you over there peeing?
Because it uploads it right to our channel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said, "Oh shit," and I deleted it because I was like, it was only like 8 seconds, like it was uploading to the channel, you know. So they gonna see the little bloopers unless we go back and like edit the beginning part out or something. But yeah, I was like giving the whole little rundown of what we're gonna be covering here. Is the Instagram?
Yeah, it's Instagram. Cool. It's cool right here.
Oh shit.
Cool.
All right. So you sipping, player?
Sipping now, man.
You didn't do that beer back.
That was my third one. It's nothing. No.
Text your boo. He said, "Boo, I had a rough day. Yeah, I have a little drink today. It's nice summertime Cali weather."
What up, Junior? What up?
Oh, what's going on here? You got some people coming in.
You're Ash.
What's going on, y'all? Let them know what we're gonna be getting into. So, episode 4 of Creative Collision. You got Will here. What's going on, everybody?
Saeed here, back for another episode of Creative Collision podcast.
And so we're gonna be discussing, Nipsey Hussle's sudden passing here. I mean, of course, us being stationed here in California, it's a real big thing,
TT time,
it really hit home. But of course, it's also a global thing too. So we're gonna discuss Nipsey Hussle passing and
of course, man, we're gonna definitely have to talk about that. This just happened a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
That will be our first topic we're gonna get into. We're also gonna talk about Jordan Peele's new movie. We'll talk about that later on.
Yeah.
And then we'll also talk about something like just the state of hip hop and after Nipsey Hussle Death. Things, we'll talk about different things with hip hop as well. But first things off, we'll start this off. Creative Collision's back for a new podcast episode. Catch us on Spotify and iTunes.
Yep. Big time now.
Yeah.
Bitch, so, I'm big time.
So yeah, man, let's talk about it. What was our so when you first heard the news, what was your initial reaction?
Yeah, to be real, honestly, I didn't know how to take it. I really didn't. It's kind of more. It felt like a surreal type of thing. It just, I don't know, because that whole left me speechless type thing. That's no joke. I was kind of I was set back. This isn't real. That's especially because I had just watched the interview with him and Lauren London.
Yeah.
About I think that the day before or something like that, and I think it was a GQ interview or something.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It was just so shocking because he was at the height of his career, and then for it to be over so quickly, it was just especially to him,
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense to me. So I don't know. I guess setback I was this has to sink in. This is weird.
So you were a Nipsey fan too. You listened to his music on the regular.
No.
What?
No, never mind.
No, I'm seriously asking because we never, we haven't talked about Nipsey on the podcast before. We both know who he is. We both know
Yeah, but no, we did mention him a few times. At the times we mentioned him, I do remember saying a lot about how we feel he doesn't get his just due. This year was his year. This year was his year, But how we were saying because I put that in the post on Instagram, but how I know for sure some one of these episodes we talked about him, and I know for sure we were saying that, like, well, at least I was saying that he's really been one of the realest rappers, like, in the game.
Oh
Like,
yeah, for sure.
like
for
you
sure.
don't get the sense of he's faking it
No,
for
no,
the
no,
fucking fame. Like, you know,
no.
you like
Yeah,
he's real
yeah,
artist. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Real coming
Real
from a real
dude,
place. Yeah, you
real
know what I'm saying?
dude.
Speaking
Yeah,
on real things, and he
yeah.
actually came from these real things. Like some of these artists now, these rappers now, you like. Come on,
Oh
man. Like,
yeah, yeah,
you just
exactly. Yeah,
talking, you know.
yeah.
But nah, he roared like his who he was,
Oh, he never hit
you
it.
know.
Like he was,
Hmm.
rolling 60s crib, like born into that
Yeah,
area, that
but it.
lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously, like never, never like fronted or like it definitely wasn't fake. For obviously, like Nipsey was as real as it gets.
Yeah.
But what I liked about and that, this is his music. Like I wasn't like a big fan. Like I didn't listen to him. He's dope as fuck, but I
Yeah.
didn't like listen to him on the regular like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like what I liked about Nipsey, just from hearing him talking in interviews, even though he was this, this gangster, this gangbanger, like he had this mature mentality.
Yeah.
He had this positivity, and he wasn't just about like you can see him in. I'm sure you've seen those old interviews when he was like
Mm-hmm.
investing property and uh, see what happens with
Yeah.
that. But like have you seen that interview?
No, I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
So
And that's the thing. Like he's been talking about
yeah,
that from
yeah,
day one and never switched up. You know.
yeah, exactly.
And then that's why it's so tragic too, because now he's at the height of his career, finally
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 kinda,
able to make these things come
yeah.
into fruition in a big,
Yeah.
major, powerful way, especially at the level he's at, you know, or was at.
Yeah.
And just for it all to end so suddenly over
Yeah.
something stupid too, because like you saw that they caught the dude now.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Then was something Eric Holder?
Yeah, Eric Holder.
Something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah. So they caught the dude. I think he was like at like a fucking mental hospital or some shit where he like when he turned himself in or some
I
shit.
didn't know that. I just know that he was somebody that he was a Crip in that
Mhm.
in the same area.
You saw the
Nipsey
video,
knew
right?
him, yeah. I
Yeah.
saw the surveillance.
Yeah, the surveillance video. Yeah.
And so he got killed by his own own people. Do that. He
It
knew.
was. I don't know if it. I guess reports are going around though. Like the guy was like a snitch.
Yeah.
Or a known informant.
Something like
And
that.
so like pretty much I guess Nip he came by and Nip
he told him to like you can't be here. You gotta leave. Yeah.
And I guess he didn't take it.
Yes. Yeah, man. So, like when I first heard the news, I was at work, and then first thing I saw was Nipsey Hussle has been shot multiple times. I was like, oh shit, and I told like some of my coworkers like Nipsey Hussle got shot, and then like an hour later, and then I was like Nipsey Hussle's been confirmed dead. I'm like, oh fuck, like, but I still didn't. I was at work, so I wasn't like thinking of processing at that time. Then when I left after I left work, then I started like thinking, oh shit, like he's really dead. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, no, like that's why it feels so unbelievable because it's almost like this was a good year for him. This was Nip was out here doing his thing.
He finally released his debut album, like years in the making.
Yeah.
He had obviously like he was big in LA for a long time. He had like tons of mixtapes, so he had tons of respect. But he finally released Victory Lap.
Mm-hmm.
That was like that's his first major debut album, and like it got nominated for a Grammy. Exactly. Like it was successul. Like
I felt like he was finally getting his just dues.
Yeah, like cause I've heard Nipsey. I heard about Nipsey like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like
that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if it's just because like we over here in California, but he's been big up over here. That's what I'm saying.
I've been surprised though of the reaction nationwide.
Yeah.
I knew Nipsey was big in LA. I knew Nipsey was popular and had a big following in
but
California, but like the whole like how like everybody's like just it's
on major media news outlets. You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't just some local hip hop artist dead type thing. This is being reported all over, and I think what also played a big part of that it was that debut album. I think it really got to introduce a lot more people to him.
Yeah.
And for those who are new fans of his, like to find out the person they just found out about is now gone. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like what the fuck,
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, it's that thing like trying to process it because man, it just makes you really think too, like how death is really waiting for anybody, like at a moment's notice. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know when it really is your time. Like
Yeah,
nobody's protected. No type of celebrity protects that.
yeah,
When it's your day, it's your day. When
yeah,
your number's called,
yeah, exactly.
and it's just like it makes you think like there's so much you got to do with your life. Because even though his got tragically ended, at 33, like he left behind something powerful,
Oh, exactly,
something
man.
powerful.
For sure, for sure.
And that's eternity in itself.
Yeah, yeah. He had a big impact. Um, yeah, man. Just his whole like mentality. Like nobody, like everybody in the industry at least. Like
Yeah.
everybody like respected him and had nothing but good things to say. Like, he was a because people die every day, but like and it's always like a cliche thing like, oh, he was a good person, but like sometimes we just say that because they passed. But like
Mhm.
Nipsey was genuinely like a solid dude. Like he was a fucking like a good dude. Like he was helping his community out.
Yeah.
Like he gave back. Like built businesses for black businesses. Hired people in his home community. Wasn't just about
Heard
like
he was
just
about to build that complex too, that low income complex.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
And like he was gonna. I don't know if you heard. Like he was gonna meet with like a sheriff the next
Mhm.
day, like the next day about gun violence or like
Yeah.
violence and yeah,
How
yeah.
to like
And that dude, it's crazy. Like when you have the respect of like even when the police is saying like, "Oh, we're supposed to meet the next day," and this sucks. Like
Yeah.
that's how you're like. Well, no, how respected you are. You know what I mean? Like when like you know rival gangs are respecting you
Mhm.
when you die. Like when the whole community is, when even the police
But
is respecting
yeah.
you when you die. Like that shows how much people like
Mhm.
had love for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that shit, that's tough, man. Yeah.
And honestly, in when it came down to it, though, it didn't even have to do with like gang related beef.
It was
It,
over some
it,
jealousy.
it,
It
it
was
was
over
just over some hate shit.
some
It was just over
pity.
some some fuckery shit, just some
Yeah,
straight
some
bullshit. Yeah.
yeah, just
Like
some
that
petty shit.
even it had to do with somebody's own just negative outlook on the world and
Yeah,
really just wasn't recognizing like I guess the power of his actions and like
yeah,
how like just how
yeah,
stupid the shit he did was about to affect everybody.
yeah. That shit was crazy. But I'm actually a little like taken back by how like his reaction, like how big it is. Like I knew he was big, but like the the whole nationwide aspect of it, I'm a little like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
he really did blow up like around the world.
Yeah.
Because I always kind of, even till like recently, I saw was like, oh, it's kind of, he's more just big in the West Coast, but
Yeah.
like seeing everybody like on Twitter, on social media, kind of like showing their respect makes me like look like, oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
he definitely like was big everywhere.
He made a global
Yeah,
impact.
yeah, he definitely did. So
Um,
yeah, man.
do you
R.I.P.
think?
Nip.
Yeah, for real, man. R.I.P. Nip. Um, do you think everybody was kind of jumping on the conspiracy theory thing way too soon,
They
way too high,
they did,
shooting their gun on
man.
that way too?
They did like I understand it.
Yeah, you did too. You did
I
too.
was just giving you knowledge, man.
I
I
was
was
like,
showing you
yo.
different aspects,
Mm,
different angles to this. But like, I think we do got to settle down a little bit. But like, as soon as somebody, as soon as he died, like literally, like
yeah.
we're not even like taking the time to like.
Was it just that raw emotions and all that? Like, I mean, think about like,
Nah, I think what it is like we
and
in the social media age, like we want to be like the first person to like say like, oh, like I discovered this first, or I was the
mm,
first one to jump on
yeah,
this. So like as soon as he died, he had people like talking about a bunch of different fucking conspiracy theories because people want to
Well,
jump on it first.
the only thing about this one though is some of it. I mean, did make sense for those who like you said, seen his interviews and where
Yeah.
he said like
Yeah.
if they kill me over this, y'all might be able to better ride for me, you
Yeah.
know. So I mean, if you remember interviews like that and you start taking into context, you like, how does this happen to Nip? Like, hold on, you know what I'm saying? Like that don't add up. How does this happen to him?
Yeah.
That don't make sense, you know. So
Yeah.
of course you're gonna like kind of like try to feel some way to rationalize,
Yeah.
this thing. And I mean the how do you say it, Dr. Sebi or
CB.
CB?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, how do you feel about it? You think that documentary should still come out? What you think about
Well,
it?
I don't know if you saw it today, but Diddy said he was gonna. It wasn't Diddy. It was
Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon. Yeah, it's gonna like still finish it up for him, like make sure that it gets released. So it actually like him passing kind of brought even more attention to it.
Yeah.
Now everybody's talking about Dr. CB.
Yeah.
Right. Like no, like I'm sure like a lot of people didn't even know Nipsey Hussle was working on a documentary about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he dies, and all of a sudden you see like all these posts on social media.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe
like,
people, a lot of people did know he was working on the documentary though, because like he dies, right?
Yeah.
And then right away you start seeing people say it was the government because of this,
yeah.
conspiracy. They jump straight to that. That's
what
I'm saying, you know. So like that's what I'm saying. When it came to this conspiracy, although it may have been like quickly just rushed to conclusion, it also in some ways had its warrants, because it was like, I mean, even Nip himself obviously had some type of worries or some type of thoughts about it while making it, you know.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, no, I mean,
there's still people though saying though that like, you know, I mean that's how it goes. The government hires one of your own to take care of you. So at the end of the day, it's still them behind it, you know. Type of thing. But
I thought about it for like a little bit. I was like, you know, some stuff here, like you can obviously the government's like the biggest fucking gang in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but and then like when I saw the surveillance video, and then I kind of just thought about it a little bit more. Like,
no, this was just some pure
some ignorant
dude that fuckery shit.
Yeah, that just was on some petty shit that was just a hater, you know.
No, hater. Yeah, that's the thing you could tell too. It was really some hate behind it. You know, jealousy, envy, a lot of it. Especially because I think I heard reports that he came back and kicked him in the head or something like that.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
So I was like, oh shit, like I don't get it, man. I don't understand that. You know, it's that whole mentality of if you come up, I come down. Where it's like, nah, we can all rise together. But you gotta,
man. And I heard discussions on hearing radio shows today talking about like how big of a problem this is like in the black community, man. Like like somebody does something good,
one up and shit. Like somebody's always trying to one up you, or take what you didn't work for.
Yeah, and you have like this jealousy, envy, this like. This dude that did nothing but like good shit, like you know, like that's just like you're just a fucking hater, like you know what I mean? Like how can you hate somebody that bad or be that like that jealous of somebody that you go out and shoot them? You know what I mean? And one of your own people, somebody that's from like the same hood you grew up in, that made it out and is trying to better like the rest of the community. You know what I mean? Like, and then. I was just hearing discussions about like how, you know, just in the black community, shit like this it's been going on for years. It's been going on like this has been an issue.
Yeah, it is. Black on black crime is a big issue in the black community, but as big as the problem it is in our community, like, and that's no doubt. I just don't want the delusion to be seen as put on like, or it just happens in the black community. Every ethnic group, higher crime rate is with each other.
No, I know that.
I'm just saying for those people who might assume like, oh, you know, another issue of the blacks here. This is an issue within our community, and it's such an issue because it's like we can't trust those who
Mm-hmm.
empower, who police our community.
Yeah.
So it's like we have to trust ourselves to, like, police our own community. And then when it's our own community that's destroying ourselves, it's like we really got nobody in control on the side to protect us,
Yeah.
as a whole.
Yeah.
Because we killing each other, then the other side in power is killing us. So, like, we really at a conundrum with that. Um, man, it's, I don't know. I think it just comes down to with this hood mentality stuff. It's so little perspective, of what life really is,
Yeah.
and what it can be. Because even though Nip had his history and all that, being in the gang and stuff, it's like the power that he was able to utilize what he came from to put more power into positivity. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, he built up that rapport from being part of the streets at one point. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, and he didn't let that just be his end all be all.
Yeah.
Like, he made it into a building block, a brick of his character, and of his legacy period, of how he can make it into something more. Like,
Yeah.
this is his circumstance now, but how can he change it into something better?
Yeah.
Always have that mentality of do better, for the community, because in the end you gonna do good.
Yeah.
And so I think if and I want to say niggas, if more niggas really just stop trying to be niggas the rest of their lives and realize, like, look, I mean, the second you get a chance to do something different, widen your view and your perspective, like do it, because
Yeah.
like there's nothing waiting for you,
Yeah.
at this level.
Yeah.
Like, living and dying by your sword at this type of level is doing nothing but bringing everybody down. Stopping the whole community as a whole. So
That's just so big of him, man. Coming from a gang member's background, but trying to like change gang violence in the community, like trying to unite people in the community, even though he was from that lifestyle,
mm-hmm.
but still trying to like make an impact to the point where like okay, like this gang shit is killing each other shit is like what is it getting us, like it's
Yeah.
stupid as fuck, like right, like we got to build up our community, like
Mm-hmm.
him like having that like mentality and having that perspective on life is you don't see that from like and from a gang banger. You don't see that from a typical gang member, man. Like him having
Because
that.
that's because every group is gonna have a leader presented to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And as long as you have that mentality of, oh, I got to be better than him, or I got to have what he has, that leader is never going to be able to come into full tuition, because it's like you constantly trying to fight against that leader and what he's trying to establish. And so, um, what I was going to say to that is how much of hip hop is involved in this way of thinking. Like, how much influence has hip hop had an involvement as far as establishing these reoccurring patterns of
The thing is,
violence?
like we were talking before the podcast, but I think hip hop has done a good job of uniting each other. I was watching like the earlier today Nipsey's interview at Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about like rappers are from rival gangs like YG, like YG's a Blood, right? And
Yeah.
Nipsey's a Crip.
Yeah.
But and then Nipsey was like, but I respect YG and I respect like what I'm saying. There's this respect there that he has for him, they have for each other.
Yeah.
And then he was talking about some I think was it 40 Glock and this other I forgot who other dude was like these two other rappers that were beefing and they're from separate gangs and then they had like a concert together and then at that concert though they made peace and like
Yeah.
united it together. So Nipsey was talking about how rappers from rival gangs or from rival hoods are like uniting and like like having respect for each other.
Mm-hmm.
And he was and they were asking him like how can you know how can you get that mentality change in the streets, because like I think in the rap community like I think rappers are getting along more than ever. I think rappers
Yeah.
are especially like and like people like Nipsey and YG are like real dudes, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
even then, we're getting even though they're from like rival, you might be from rival gang, but there's this like level of respect. And
Yeah,
Nipsey was
yeah.
talking about all this shit, like you know what I mean, like how this is there's this respect even for people that are real. Just for
Mm-hmm.
people that it doesn't matter if you're from like you grew up, you know, killing some of my people or whatever. Like you grew up in a rival gang, but like I respect you because you're real and
Mm-hmm.
you know you're doing what
You
you're doing.
understand that
Yeah,
that circumstance,
yeah,
and
and you're doing what you're
yeah,
doing, man. Like you're getting out of you're making moves. You're you know doing better for yourself. But like, how can we change that mentality in the streets? Because in the streets, it's like people are still like, oh, you're from there. Like I don't like you. Like you don't even know this person. Like you know
yeah.
what I mean. Like you don't even like. It's just this you know mentality that the streets still
And that's what
have
I'm
that Nipsey
saying.
was trying to change.
It's sometimes that envious type of mindset that blocks you from seeing the leaders that you need to be paying attention to, in your
Yeah,
culture
yeah,
and whatnot. And so a lot of those guys, in the streets, they looking at them like mad that they ain't got it. Some of those guys, they in the background low key hating. You don't know who it is.
yeah,
Because everybody want how they see it is power and fame and all that, but they don't understand that um, you gotta be about more than yourself. When they look at them, they have this selfish type of way of thinking,
yeah.
and
Oh man, he got killed by his somebody in his own. It
that's what
wasn't
I'm
it
saying.
wasn't no rival gang member.
Well,
It
that's what I'm
was
not saying.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like
yeah,
even like people in YG's camp. I mean, YG's been shot at too. Like
yeah,
you don't know.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it don't have to be from a rival gang member.
Oh,
It's
that's
people who just sit back
the
behind your
people
back, just
closest to you, man.
exactly, just looking at what
Yeah, it's
how much they want what you got,
yeah,
but they're not thinking about how they can,
well, it's all saying like watch your enemies, but like what is it like? Keep your
keep
best,
your enemies close, but
keep
keep your
your
friends
friends.
even closer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly like the type of quote that like just works
Mm-hmm.
for this situation. Like
But even though they're from like same hood, same game, we don't know how close their relationship
I
actually
don't think they were
was.
close like that, but
Yeah.
it's just like you know, this wasn't like somebody that had a hit on him. You know, this
Yeah.
wasn't no.
But that's what I'm saying.
This was
At the
just a
end of the day,
fucking
it was just some fucking dude who was a fucking hater.
that. But doesn't that
And
piss
it's
you
like
off even more? Like
exactly because it's
you
like
kind of wish it was like this whole
yeah,
government
it makes
conspiracy.
you want to
Yeah,
rationalize it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like at the
yeah,
end of the day, there was nothing that can be done really
yeah.
to stop that other than that conversation we are going to
Mhm,
get into.
mhm.
Should you stay in your hood, or should you do better? Should you do good for it? From a distance.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that next.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't see why not.
let's talk about it now. Yeah, that's a good conversation, man. Cause we hear it all the time. Like you know, oh, they never come back. They went Hollywood or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you have this mentality like, why would you want to go back to that area? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, so what would you know if you're in that situation? What would you do?
Um, I'm most definitely not staying. I mean, I truly think like, and of course we can't talk from necessarily their circumstance to the T, because we didn't grow up in Compton, and we didn't grow up in like some of their circumstances, and we
Yeah,
don't, so we don't necessarily have the complete ins and outs of how that goes to where like
yeah,
it's like rules to this type of shit.
yeah,
Like we really aren't bound to our city in that way.
yeah,
Like how some of them are.
yeah,
Because people feel like this and that they own something or something.
yeah,
But nah. I mean, because all the good he was doing, I understand like being that superhero and being that public figure. Coming from where he's coming from, not a politician, he's an artist, but he's like looked at as this hero from what he's able to do, and being that primary like example of look, I'm here still, like,
yeah,
and you don't see me stuck in my bullshit ways. Like this is what you this is what you got to do to level up. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And so I understand that completely, and that's why he was so well respected, because of that realness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just something that has to be inside you. You know, he was just cut differently. He was cut from a different cloth. He really
Yeah.
was. You know, not there's not a lot of people who can do that. You know, um, so but at the same time, it just does come with a high price.
Yeah.
It just does. You know, because no matter how much respect you have from your own city, there's always somebody, exactly, and you don't know who it is. And sometimes you get so high up that you forget that, like, sometimes when you get so high up that, like, it's like you don't need security guards on that, because you know you're so good in your city, and that's just like the easiest way for them to get to you, because, like, you know, you relaxed. And that's what they're talking about. You know, he was relaxed. He was comfortable. He's in his city. You know,
in his own area. Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't expecting that to happen.
Everybody loves him there.
Yeah, that's the perfect time for him, you know?
Yeah.
The dude, he shot at all three of them, you know?
Yeah.
He figured, you know, if I kill 3 people, I'll get away with it. And kill these 3, they don't know I did it. I get away with it type of shit, you know? And honestly, too, it wasn't even like it was random, though. Because he had that getaway driver.
Oh, no, yeah, he knew what he was about to do, so he made sure
he knew it was going to go one or two ways.
Yeah.
Either this shit going to go cool, or he going to have to kill somebody.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, because we seen too many rappers now who didn't got killed in their own city. You know what I'm saying?
It been on time, man. Like, Tentacion got killed in his own city.
Yeah.
Like,
what's his name? French Montana's homie. I can't remember his name. That one artist that died. Chinks.
Oh,
Chinks. Okay. Yeah, you know. Yeah, right. Just I don't know. Like when you start getting successful, I'm sorry. It's just no matter how much people respect you at that level.
What does it say? Like, the hood don't love you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I want to say. I want to say, like, yeah, the hood don't love you. I want to say, like, because, like, he was loved by a lot of people, and that's what I'm saying, in his county, right?
Yeah.
And just all over, like we said. But
this one's gonna be somebody that's just
waiting.
It's waiting, yeah. It's waiting.
Just waiting, yeah. Just waiting to get you. You know.
So I'm sure, like a lot of rappers probably don't go back to the hood like that.
No.
They might, if they do, they're heavily.
Yeah, they got the security. They going at a certain time of day.
Yeah.
All this, you know, and that was another thing too. Like this shooting didn't happen late at night or nothing like that. This happened in broad daylight. You know?
Yeah.
But no, I think definitely doing good from the outskirts is just a better way to go about it. Because everything he was doing, he could have still done just from a distance.
Yeah.
And although that would have probably lost some type of connection that he really had with the people in a way, you know.
But the hood is the hood for a reason. Like there's a reason why it's bad. There's a reason why there's murders. There's like you want to get out of that.
If you're trying to change that, don't you have to be in the heart of it?
But you can.
Don't you have to be that live example change that they see?
Well, you can be the example that they see without being there. You don't have to be physically there.
That's what I'm saying. That's the thing, though. It's like those who say, like, "Oh, but you ain't even here anymore." It's like you don't really.
But that's the whole saying, like, oh, like you ain't real. You never come back. Yeah. And that's the mentality that has to be changed. Like, nah, I don't want to come back because this shit is scary, son. Like, I got out of here for a reason. That's the reason why I work so hard. Yeah. I work so hard to get out of here. You know what I mean? Why would I want to come back here? Like, I want to make the community better.
You think that's part of the? Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the hard part too. The balance where it has to be found too. Because like hearing that, if it's like, man, if the point of me working so hard out of here to escape, why the fuck should I give a fuck about this place? I'm trying to escape this place. I don't give a. I don't give a fuck about this place, you know?
Nah, because I get, like, you grew up there, that's your hometown. This is, like, you had all your life experience there, like, growing up. So, I get, like...
Which is honestly minimal, very, very minimal compared to what's actually out there in the world. Like, your life experience. Your life experience can be very...
But I don't mean, like... I mean, like, you grew up... This is where you grew up. This is where, like... you got your yes, you know what I mean. Like
Well, what I'm saying is
you
those
did
are
shit for the first time, like your
yeah,
adolescence.
yeah.
So and then you want
But what
to
I'm
make
saying
that
is,
better for other kids growing up.
yeah,
So I
got
get,
you. Okay, yeah,
you know what
that
I
part,
mean.
yeah.
So I get wanting to better that community, even though that community might have sucked and it was a hard place to grow up. But like you're looking like, man, like I grew up in this environment. I want to better other kids after me to grow up, so I'm gonna give back.
But I don't think all of them are looking at it that way. I think it's a select few that really looks at it that way, and that's why this is still such a big problem in hoods. This is why
Yeah,
it's still so terrible to be in the hood, because it's that type of mindset of this is never can change, this can never get better. Let's not make this better.
yeah,
Let's keep repeating the same old patterns.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like it's that I don't know if it's like a knowledge or just pure unwillingness to want better,
yeah,
in your circumstance. And that can only happen by being better. You yourself being better. If everybody just took the time to be better for themselves, overall things, can get better. Because
yeah.
it takes that inward look at first,
No, yeah.
but that's not what they're seeing. They just seeing the fucking shitty ass life presented to them at the moment. So it gets hard to try to see, like, there's anything more than what I have now.
Oh man, it's just I think it's a mentality that has been around too long. I think Nipsey was really trying hard to change that mentality, and that's why he was so beloved. Cause like it's something that is ignorant. It's just dumb shit. Like why we in like stuck in this dumb cycle? You know.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to break that cycle. You know. So yeah, man, it's tough shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle though, man. For real.
Got some comments.
Yeah, let us know
My
what y'all have to say
good
about
friends
it.
here said, like Tupac said, I always gotta worry about the paybacks. Yeah, you gotta. But Tupac had that line.
Mm.
Where what song was it when he said like they say it's the white man I should fear, but it's my own kind doing all the killing here.
Yeah.
Like true.
Yeah.
Like obviously like
Yeah. It is the yeah.
it's
And
like you
even
mentioned
then, there's so
earlier.
much to dive. It's just so much to dive into, even with that, because I feel like that the mindset was devised by the white man, and far as how can we help them, help us commit genocide, and so by the promotion of certain ideals and whatnot, I think the government definitely had an influence in.
Well, you put all these
It
dudes in the community like and give them nothing but like drugs
exactly
and
natural
guns.
yeah,
You know what I
kill each
mean?
other if you
Yeah.
want to live. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like the system they built. Most of my people in. It's
But it's been going on for a long time, man.
mm-hmm.
You had these people killing black on black violence for a long time,
It's just
and
yeah. It's just that
that's why I
that.
think the conspiracies happen. Like, cause we're hoping and just wishing it was some conspiracy, but at the
This
same
talking about
time,
conspiracies, vaccinations that they should be getting, and like
yeah.
I heard now we have what measles came back, like we got rid of measles or something like that, but now it's back because people aren't getting their vaccinations or something like that. But like at the end of the day, isn't it the government's fault? Because
That conspiracies are around.
yeah, there's just so much mistrust built, of we can't believe what we're being told because of the type of justice system that we see and being served, and just like the secrecy that's always.
I would. I mean, I just think it's not, I don't want to say like the
Like
government's
a
fault,
more
but
transparent government, like that tells the people
yeah.
exactly what's going on, instead of a few people select few who all look the same in charge, trying to tell us what we need, what information we need and don't need. Like, you don't think that's fucking ridiculous and scary as fuck?
But at the same time, I kind of get why they're not gonna tell us everything. 'Cause they want to freak people out, man.
They say that
like,
now, but the world's already freaking the fuck out. Everybody's already freaking out. That shit's way past the shit.
So let's say the government caught an alien, right?
Right.
And then like they captured an alien.
As people of this fucking planet,
yeah.
I think we deserve to know that and how we all collectively decide to go about that.
But
I just don't think people are gonna just, oh, we found aliens, start butt fucking everybody in sight. I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm just saying, I don't think fucking people are gonna lose their fucking heads like that.
People will go crazy.
People
will go crazy, bro.
Fuck no,
especially
you don't think they'll be like, oh, this makes so much sense. Well, I don't know. I don't think
people will go crazy. Like, let's say the government caught an alien, they're like, oh shit, like we can't tell people this, man. Like if we tell people like we fucking saw an alien,
this
and
motherfucker's
then like
one of them. This motherfucker's Spanish.
No, but seriously, like I it's kind of like your parents keeping shit from you.
No.
Yeah,
I hate that,
bro. Like,
no, I hate that.
We all hate it. That's what we make conspiracy theories.
I go crazy knowing that there's secrets against me. I go crazy knowing that you're not telling me everything. That drives me fucking crazy. Versus letting me hear the fucking truth. I might have a quick moment of but let me gather myself.
And the truth
trust that I can gather myself.
And the truth is bad. You'll freak out. Like if your girl's cheating, you fucking you really find out.
Yeah.
You go crazy when you want to fucking kill that guy that's.
But then,
you know what I mean? Like
yeah, that does happen, right? But a lot of times, if you just that's how you feeling at first. That's how the emotions is going to at first. But if you ain't got no direct way to actually act upon those emotions, you're not really gonna do something because you're gonna end up calming down more about it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come down. You're gonna gather yourself.
You're not gonna calm down, bro. Like if your girl's cheating on you, you're gonna oh yeah, it's fine.
Well, no, I mean like that's a hard one though, cause like.
But it's kind of like
that's different, man.
I'm trying to.
Cause that's like globally, and then that's so like small. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to create a parallel because.
I just don't feel like
it's
aliens, it's going to affect our minds the way we find out our significant other cheating on us.
No,
we're not going to be like, oh, Galaxy, you're fucking cheating. You're hiding fucking other space beings this whole fucking time. Fuck you.
But the government has more responsibility because they have millions of people they have to look after. So like
who knows what information is being? All right, let's say they find an alien, right?
Yeah.
Who knows what information is being given to them, those who know this and those who in power, that's affecting us out, like us, everybody else. You know, like they can be getting involved into secret knowledge or information or whatever that really ends up making them have more control over us because we don't necessarily know what's going on because we're hidden in the dark, we're hidden in the blind. You know, it's like the Bible saying, my people don't have lack of knowledge. So it's like whoever has all the knowledge of what's going on, that's who's always going to be the one in charge. And that's going to always be the one who survives in the end because they have all the cards in their hand. And so what I'm saying is you got to spread that deck out to the people, make that knowledgeable accessible to the people, and trust that. No,
you can't trust people like that, man. You can't trust people that much.
I don't think
people
society,
are fucking crazy,
dude.
Bro.
If society,
people are idiots.
Movies like Star Wars wouldn't even be able to exist, bro. No, movies like Star Wars wouldn't exist. We'd be like, fuck that. Aliens walking around with humans. No, that wouldn't go down. Like it's movies like Star Wars happens because people can believe in that. People can believe in fuck it. We got weird motherfuckers now on this planet, dude. Like aliens, I think it's gonna be big shocking news and open up more conversation as far as like galactic politics and whatnot like that. But I don't think the world in itself is gonna fucking break apart.
No, I'm not saying, but people wouldn't know how to act. That's what I'm saying. Like, people are
They'll
ready
be shocked for like maybe like the first fucking.
Nah, man, people will go fucking crazy. People probably like go on their bunkers and like hide out, and people would fucking like
You
start
think the
rioting.
majority of the world is gonna go to some
People would
bunker
be
to
like that.
hide out?
There's a lot of. I think you're taking for granted how many fucking idiots are in this world. How many like just
Yeah, the idiots are
crazy
gonna do
fucking
that.
people
But there's
are-
a lot more people too who might get a little scared. Like, that's rational to get a little scared, a little shocked about some shit like this. That's clearly sane. If you get told there's aliens and you're like, huh, that's fucking insane. It's more sane to be a little scared on edge when you first
that's
hearing that
exactly
information.
why you would hide shit like that, because you don't want to scare
But
people.
that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, it's not like that's gonna last forever. You're gonna gather your shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially once you understand the situation more. Because I mean, if it's a fucking, that's like somebody who never really who the only image of black people they have is like what they see on TV and shit. And so when they get in contact with a black person, like they get scared and like fucking shoot the black people, right? Like at the end of the day, it's almost like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're acting out, you know? Like, you can't do that. So what I'm saying is, I don't think everybody's just gonna fucking say, oh, we have aliens, now let's... Like, what do you mean by we're not gonna be able to handle it? Maybe that's what I'm not getting. What are you saying? Like, what do you think is gonna happen?
People would go.
I feel like you think like
No,
somebody's just
a lot
gonna
of
stab
people.
somebody in the
No,
head.
exactly. No, I'm serious. A lot of people. A lot of people will go
for fucking no reason.
No, a lot of people would go crazy. A lot of people would start like the world is ending. I bet a lot of people would like, we're gonna be taken over. Our planet's gonna be taken over.
Yeah.
And the world is fucking ending. Let's go crazy.
And then rape a cat.
I think you trust people too much.
Nah.
You have too much, like, people are will fucking go wild about shit.
No,
man.
what I'm saying is,
You have too
there's
much
a
trust
lot
in
of those
what
crazy
people-
motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
But I think on societal wise, there's a little bit more of us people who's gonna keep our sane shit. That's why we like shit like Star Wars and all these space movies, because we can imagine something like that. We could see a world of where we find out we're not the only beings, and
But you're fucking crazy if you like really believe Star Wars is a real thing.
no. But what I'm saying is, what makes it so successful is people believe that, you know what, that could be a possibility. That could be a possibility of other space beings being out
like,
there.
you're talking about
eventually our society. We believe that as a society that we're gonna eventually develop and evolve so like to be so like intelligent that like, you know.
You're thinking of Star Wars as if it's the only space movie.
We're trying to do space travel right now, dude. We're trying to go to Mars looking for other space beings. They're searching for it.
So you think people are like, oh, an alien, we can live like in Star Wars.
But what I'm saying is...
Have you seen the movie Aliens?
Yes.
People would be like, oh shit, they're gonna fucking kill us. There's a lot of movies about aliens being like...
But we deal with that right now. We deal with that right now. Just with other fucking races. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you add space aliens into this... Like, depending on, of course, who it is that we fucking find out about, like, what's going on here. But look, if the government tells us, oh, we knew about aliens all the time, and we're still here, I think that's gonna, like, bring more rationalness. Like, okay,
think about the movie Men in Black.
Mm-hmm.
You know how, like, it's the government, like, it's their job to protect people from knowing what aliens are. Because if they find out, they will fucking go crazy. And then, like, they'd be like, oh shit, we live amongst a bunch of aliens.
This. No, you know
what? Do you think?
We're doing a poll. We're doing a poll on this. We need to do a poll on this.
You really think, like, I don't know why we got on
the
alien tangent, but what I'm saying is, like, the government is like, it's like a parent. They're trying to, they hide shit from us that we probably should know. Like, oh, we're about to, like, you know, some shit's happening. Like, we're about to get divorced, or like, you know, like your parents will when you're a kid, your parents are gonna hide shit from you that you want to know that you probably should know. But at the same time, I feel like there's a lot of shit that they try to protect us from. Because they told us everything, man. Like, people will go fucking think the world's ending. People would think shit's falling apart. So I understand, because this whole thing started because of conspiracy theory. We blame the government for conspiracy theories because they don't tell us everything. What government tells you everything that's going on?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's a conspiracy. I don't mean just U.S. conspiracy theory. I'm talking about all of them.
Yeah, exactly. What
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like, in general, right? Global powers. If this big freak out would happen because we find out there's more out there than just us, right?
Yeah.
That's only going to be because of so much secrecy and so much theories of what's factual and what's fiction, letting that cultivate within our minds to now we really don't know what the fuck to think. Like if you rationally think about it though, right? If there's been aliens this whole time, why would you freak out if we're still here? The only thing I can really see people freaking out about is also have they been in control this whole time type of shit, and maybe that is something we should freak out about because what if that's something we find out who's really been controlling us, who's really making this wild shit
I find it
happen,
crazy
like,
that you think people wouldn't freak out.
I don't know. I just feel like I want the truth more than I want the lie.
Uh, Trust me, man. You don't want to know everything that's going on. You don't want to know.
I'm like Lex Luthor, dude. I need all of it. I need to know
Like,
everything.
Like you don't want to know what like. Let's say like before you shake somebody's hand, you don't want to know what they just did.
Hell,
What
fuck
they
yeah,
fucking
dude.
grab your balls and shit.
So I don't shake their hand, dude. Like I don't shake hands.
That's how you find
You know why
out.
I do this? You know why I do this? I don't shake fucking. I don't want to shake your hand because I don't know what you did to that damn hand. If I knew what you did to that damn hand, I didn't even shake your damn hand. But instead, I do this. I do this.
I'm not saying this right that that's how the government keeps a lot of stuff from us.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I understand why like they wouldn't tell us everything because you have 6 billion people in this world, man. Like, how are you gonna try to control everybody's like reactions to something going on? Like, it's something, especially if when the nation's scared. Like, if there's like think about like 9/11, how people freaked out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And obviously you cannot hide that, right? Like, there's a big fucking explosion in New York, like millions of people die or whatever.
Yeah.
But like
somebody said 9/11 was an inside job.
Well, I mean that's old news, man. We've been that's
real.
I'm not talking about all that. But like no, but think about it. Like think about how we freak out about like things like earthquakes. Things about how we freak out about shit. Earthquake that haven't even people are scared about an earthquake that hasn't even happened yet in California.
That's rational though. Why would you not be scared about that earthquake?
But we can't. Government can't control that. Government can't control like people's reactions to something. Event, right?
But we know about that future event.
They can try to help you from.
But look, California isn't fucking tearing itself apart because we know there's a fucking earthquake coming. Motherfuckers are still moving to fucking places like Las Vegas where it sit right on the vault. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we know there's imminent danger out there.
It's actually better to sit right on the vault than not on it.
Huh?
It's actually better to be right on top of the vault. Because if you're right on top of the vault, you're not gonna.
They call it the city waiting to die.
No, but if you're right, like physically standing on top of it, just say you're not inside, you're not in the fucking building or something.
Yeah.
You know, what was that movie that The Rock was in?
Yeah.
How the shit split apart.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how the plates are. Mm-hmm. And I remember taking the class in college and shit because San Bernardino is right on top of the vault. Did you know that? Castle San Bernardino?
No.
Castle San Bernardino it's built right on top of the fault line.
Who the fuck does that? Like, how do you not check into that? Well, I guess it's built
like no, but like, we took like a trip. Like, if you walk, you know how we have the mountains in the back. If you walk back there, like a mile or so, you're physically standing right on top of the vault, the actual like line.
Fuck.
But like if the earthquake were to happen, it's not gonna wide up this big open gap to hell. Like it's gonna, they just rub against each other. Yeah, it's not gonna open a big hole. It's not that type of fault line. And then like and then there's no buildings there. You're on top of the middle of nowhere. So even though you're standing on top of the vault, nothing's gonna fall on you. You're gonna fall over and shit. Yeah, nothing's gonna hit you. Yeah. So I don't know how we started on this, but like.
But how is California supposed to be? Half of California is supposed to end up in Hawaii.
What?
Half of California is going to end up in Hawaii.
I haven't heard that one.
It's real, dude. I'm dead ass.
It's Maui right here. What's going on? So we gotta get.
Yeah, all right.
Eddie G on the podcast.
What's going on, Eddie? Shout out to you, man. All right, yeah. Back to the topic, though. Back to the topic, man.
All right. We were on. You wanted to talk about conspiracies. I understand why shit would be hidden from us because People don't know how to act. People go crazy. They find out some shit. They probably start killing each other.
Yeah,
Do some purge shit.
a lot of this insane shit idea and way of thinking comes from the imagination running wild from the secrecy.
But it's not harming anybody. Like conspiracy theories don't harm people.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're just on fucking online, like, oh, look at my new
It
conspiracy.
does. It does harm people in its own. Like I said,
What
right
does
now
it
with
do?
vaccinations, right?
Yeah.
The whole theory of you know whatever it is. I didn't look too much into it, but now we
Yeah.
have measles back. Now because you're not getting vaccinated, now I gotta be my health got to get put at risk of catching something because your ass don't want to go get the vaccination for it. You know that's what I'm saying. When sometimes these conspiracy theories they get so out of hand that in a way they can cause public harm.
What conspiracy theory has actually killed people?
I mean, I'm not.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't. Yeah, but I haven't really looked up a statistic for that. Like, you know, I don't even know if somebody's even really doing
that's
research
what's called a
like
conspiracy theory because you don't know if it's true. You don't know. You're just
but for the ones
thoughts
who
together.
take it and run with it, like that vaccination one's a strong. That's the only one. Like that's the only one I can talk on because somebody did a research paper in my class about it, and that's how I found out about it. But that's a strong one right there. I think it's like measles. Something got brought back because of this whole idea of. Oh, we don't vaccinate. Because the government's really tight. You know what I'm saying?
I heard about that. People are like, I don't want to get a shot from the doctor because they're going to try to kill me.
I don't even do it.
You're on that side.
Exactly. I want to. Hey, but check here. I never got the flu though.
I have. Well, it's been like.
They kept trying to tell me like, oh, dude, you gonna get it. When I went to the hospital, when I went to the emergency room and shit, I didn't get it. Like,
so you're a conspiracy
my immune
theorist.
system. I'm a little bit, and I don't like that connotation that comes behind you're a conspiracy theorist. I'm a skeptic, all right. I'm skeptical, and it's because this transparent ass government. I don't know what the fuck's going on, all right. So I gotta check into every little something to see what has its substance and what should what should I believe.
As some people start believing in a conspiracy theory, then so be it, and then they fucking fuck themselves over and die.
Scurvies.
Yeah. if a few lives get taken, so be it. But like the government's like, we'd rather have that shit happen than
that's how the outbreak's gonna happen, dude.
A bunch of people like just fucking.
But you just said everybody's dumb. That's why you just said
majority.
You said majority of society is dumb.
People.
So you don't think a lot of those dumb people are gonna follow those conspiracies? Because
of course,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. So conspiracies they're pretty dangerous. You know that's what I'm saying.
I don't think a lot of people have died from conspiracy theories. I don't.
What's that? So you're not a fucking
what
scientist.
I don't. Dude,
you didn't go to Yale.
Like, what are you talking? Like, I don't think a lot of people have actually physically died from conspiracy. Like, who's a couple dumb people that didn't want to get shots or that? I don't understand who's died from.
But if you're saying like majority of society is stupid, that means they will catch on to that type of conspiracy theory. Because majority of society is stupid. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna latch on to a stupid idea, which in turn affects.
I don't think a lot of people
everybody.
are that. It's like on the
vaccine
vaccine shit. I don't think
stupid.
I don't think there's that many people that are like, oh, I'm gonna fucking believe all this shit and then.
Not getting vaccinated is a real trend now, man.
I know it is because I be on.
So that means if it's a trend, that means a lot of people are catching on to it.
But like
that's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like,
so you think the whole population will get wiped out because?
Well, I'm thinking if we got diseases like whatever, I think it's measles. Correct me if I'm wrong. If we got that coming back, that's the start, dude.
You got measles.
You got hey, no, I think that shit can kill adults though.
Oh shit!
I think it's measles or some shit like that. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong on that, y'all. But what I'm saying is, yeah, that's how it starts, dude. See if it's a trend and why? Because it grew popularity really quickly. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's how it all starts. It starts with something small like measles. Next thing you know, we got the Black Plague back again.
Nah, man. You think you a conspiracy theorist now, man?
I'm not saying I'm a conspiracy theorist. What I'm saying is I'm somewhere in the middle.
Nah, man, like I'm sorry if you can hear me pouring up on them.
No, it's cool actually. I did one where you can hear it. It sounds pretty. It's like It's like you like it. You know, you like hearing it.
Sounds good, huh?
Yeah, no, it sounds good. You like it. You like hearing it.
All right, we got 1 minute on the live stream. That's all good.
For sure.
All right, man. I think we should move it on. Let's finish up. With
Got
this.
notebook and shit.
Let's go to let's talk about us.
Oh shit! What I got? I was like, shit, what I got going on in my life?
Talk about our relationship.
Yo, man, that's a good. I was like, oh shit! I was like, oh fuck. Well, yo, bro, I was like, oh shit. You mean us, the movie? Okay.
That's another conspiracy.
Like,
shit.
I
That's
feel like sometimes you talk over me, and I told I'm like on the couch and shit. Like, what the fuck? Nah.
Let's talk about. All right, guys, we're switching the topic to
Us, the movie.
Us. New Jordan Peele movie.
I ain't famous yet, bro. I ain't got shit to say.
New Jordan Peele movie. Us. Oh shit! My live stream it. Oh shit!
Everything falling. Shit, let me. 65 minutes. That thing going.
Is there? How much do we got on there, man? We got views or what?
Nah.
Nobody watching.
Yeah, but so I'm gonna check my phone. So we're gonna have to end this stream real quick.
Go on, end the YouTube one. I just want to try this shit out.
All right, then
go
YouTube.
you
We
go
out
on
here.
your
We're gonna be putting out the episode pretty soon. Peace.